You don't need art galleries or art critics to get your art in front of people. It also doesn't matter what medium it is. If you're just looking to get eyes on your work, you can follow what I did and forge your own path. Getting your creativity in front of others can be a vulnerable situation. Kind of feel out on your own, alone, not sure what to do. Sometimes you just got to get out there and get on the streets. Let me explain how I did it. When I lived in California, there was a group of us that started going out on a monthly art walk, and we would set up on the corner. We called it the walking gallery, and we would stand on one corner for like 20 minutes, and then we'd move to the next corner for another 20 minutes until we circled around the whole block. It was a pretty active art scene that we had back then, but I think that this would work no matter what your art scene is like in your area, even if you don't even have an art scene. Sometimes maybe you don't have a bunch of people that are hanging around waiting to see your art. At like a gallery art walk type of situation. We had a bunch of galleries back then that were all around that area, and so it made sense that we would do it during the art night. But I think you could do this anywhere. The walking gallery was a special time for me because I did a lot of things that were a little bit outside of the norm. I think if you don't have an art scene in your area, maybe it's time we start an art scene in your area. You could be the one person art scene that gets things started. All it takes is a little courage to show off what you've been doing. The first time I was part of the walking gallery, I was holding my wife's art, and I was seeing all these people walk by, and they weren't even looking at it, like 20 people that were standing on the corner holding up their art. This was at an art walk, and they involved themselves more with the walk portion of the art walk, not the actual art, which I thought was wild. So I asked my wife, "Do you think that I could do something else, maybe to participate? Do I need to bring something on a canvas or something on a sketch pad, and instead think about doing something else?" So I came back the next month with a plan. At the time, I had never heard of Dada or Dadaism, and that is probably an interesting discussion if you want to have that in the comments. I believe in the spirit of Dada that I created experiences in the walking gallery that were absurd and fun and involved grabbing people's attention in the same way that those the pioneers of Dada did back in the past. But some will say that, Dada died with them, and that was only for that time. But I think that's a bunch of bullshit. The spirit of Dada is alive if you want it to be. So what was my plan for my first experience? I wanted people to draw on me. What I did was I found a white painter's outfit, like a full coverall of white painters, something the painter would wear, to cover up, and then I found a white hat. I found some white gloves, and I found white shoes, everything white, and then I got a pack of markers, different colored markers. And I just had people draw on me. I'd say, "Hey, get over here and draw me." I would try to grab people's attention and get them to draw me, and no one believed that they could just draw whatever. And so, of course, the first thing that people started drawing was dirty stuff and jokes. But eventually you had some people that were really getting into it and were really taking their time to draw something on the larger spaces, like in my back or on my crotch for quite a while, which was a little awkward, but also part of the whole thing. I just wanted people to pay attention to us, I don't want you to just walk by all this art that's happening, and by me pulling people in, it helped to call attention to what the other artists were doing, which wasn't necessarily a performance. And the interactive nature of what I was doing, I think, just it kind of enhanced what I could do to try to interact with other people. That's the part I really enjoyed, was the interaction part of getting them to think about what was going on. I don't know what these guys, little guys here, are thinking. They want some food. Okay, let me make some food for you. There you go. Here you go, dude. Here's some food. There you go. Oh, you want some food too? Okay, there you go. Now they got some food. Oh, now they're gonna want more food no matter what I give them. You start interacting with people and they want more. And that's what happened with me. After I did that drawing me, which I only did that the one time, it was a lot of fun. But after that, I started some other things. I did The Great Odd, which was a huge hit. That was a giant golden box that I sat inside with a speaker and a voice distortion, not distortion, but a delay pedal. I had a delay pedal and some speakers, all battery operated. And I would get people to ask me any question. And I'm pretty good at coming up with funny answers. The Great Odd basically just said odd answers on the front, and people could ask me any question. And then I would answer as the Great Odd, similar to the Great Oz, but I was the Great Odd. My wife concepted some of it from some past experiences we had at parties and stuff like that, and then I kind of made it come to life with my ability to just answer weird questions from people. And you would get a lot of people wanting to come up and ask me what their name was. Like I was a psychic. I'm like, I'm not a psychic. I am the Great Odd. Ask me a question. Don't ask me what your name is. But then eventually I just started telling people what I thought their name was. And they would say, that's not my name. I would say, yes, it is from now forward. But that was a whole lot of fun. I did that multiple times. I actually got crowds of people that would show up that were excited to see the Great Odd. And that was a whole lot of fun. I also did a dance-off where I invited people to dance against me. I brought a little boombox with some different music that was not very danceable on purpose to kind of get them to think about how they would dance off against somebody when you're not really playing a dance song, or it was a song that was not necessarily danceable. I brought some cardboard, and I had a b-boy outfit that I bought. It was kind of like a full tracksuit, and I would challenge everybody to dance off. And I cannot dance very well, and so that was kind of the joke of it, was that I couldn't dance. And a lot of the people actually could dance, but no matter what, at the end, I would cross my arms and say, "You just got served," even though it was totally not serving anything but hilarity. The whole purpose of getting out there and kind of standing on a corner with your art is just to wake people up. Like, hey, there's art happening in this world. Creativity is happening all around you. You have to just take a look, and you'll notice your environment. And people just kind of walk around with their blinders on. They're not really looking. And, galleries is a place that people go, oh, I'm going to go to this gallery. But, maybe people need to see some art just in their life on the street. It's really imperative that you support yourself creatively or just life in general. If you don't have a scene in your area, then you got to make one. Kind of got to get out there and make it happen. Get out and experience together the kind of support system that helps creativity thrive. Can't just stay alone out here in the universe. And there's a lot of people out there that want to experience creativity as well. If you have friends, you got to invite them to the local art night or wherever you're going to set up your exhibit. If you don't have a local art night and you're going to make something up, you're going to set up your little space and then make a sign-up sheet for your new group that you're trying to start, you know? That way people can sign up to be a part of what you got going on. I feel like no matter where you go, you can make it happen. And it might feel a little foreign. It might feel uncomfortable to get out there for the first time or the first 2 times. But eventually, you'll see that people want to be a part of your creative experience. We had a Facebook group and we'd message everybody about what we planned on doing. There was always a theme if you wanted to be a part of the theme. Butterflies are loud on this planet, my lord. Anytime you pour yourself into something creative, you're exposing your sensitivity. It can be pretty raw and you can feel fairly nervous about it, but there's also something that's really exciting about having some recognition. And the gallery system, I think, stands almost as an affront to that emotional outlet. There are exceptions, you know, of course, there's going to be exceptions. Some galleries are not always the norm, but for the most part, they have to make money first just to survive as a gallery. And so they support the artistic expression second. Getting your work into a gallery can seem intimidating and kind of exclusionist, especially if you have some kind of avant-garde type of deal. Like the stuff I was doing was definitely out there. There's no way a gallery is going to have me stand in their space with a marker and some white outfit telling people to draw dirty stuff on my crotch. That could only happen on a street corner somewhere as a pop-up art gallery. And if you don't have something like, I don't know how do you put a price tag on some experience like that? Experiences don't necessarily have price tags. And Dada is not about what you can sell, it's about what you can give to people as an experience. And I love that. Nowadays, you just have to get creative. Not only with your artwork, but you know how you exhibit it, how you get it in front of people. You have something that you've cultivated and made your own, and you're ready to finally show it off, or maybe you're not ready. Is there ever really a ready? And you just got to stick it out there on an easel or in your hands, or do a performance to really find out, you know, how do people feel about this. And the gallery is not necessarily going to give you a shot sometimes, especially if you don't have a name and they have no way to make money off of it to keep their gallery alive. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to hear your experiences with exhibiting your art and sharing your creative expressions with the world. If you like this video, a like would be appreciated, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.